Nuclear Clown TV is on the air. I'm your special wartime correspondent, the nuclear one, Dave here. Today I'm going to be reviewing The Watchmen director's cut on spiffy high definition television things. Uh, I've seen this movie a couple of times, and I realize that when I review something, uh, I speak to you as if you've already seen it. Which I shouldn't. I should probably, do a little plot synopsis and tell you just whether you should see it or not. But that's kind of boring. There's going to be a lot of spoilers in this review. I guess I'm talking to you as if you've already seen it. You probably have if you care about this review at all. Yeah, so we're just gonna, two dudes, hanging out, just talking about stuff, about watching men, things like that. I love this movie a lot, and I'm going to make a lot of enemies in this video, but I think it needs to be said. The squid is fucking stupid. It really is. I was introduced to Watchmen kind of late. I read the graphic novel like about a year before the movie came out. I heard, a friend of mine was telling me about it that I used to work with. So I picked it up and I read it. It was very good. It was also, in typical Alan Moore fashion, weird sex shit going on, and a lot of goofiness that people don't really talk about. And fortunately, in the movie, they cut a lot of it out. In the director's cut, there's probably, 10 minutes of new footage, which is mostly scenes being stretched out. You get Hollis Mason getting killed, which was a very cool scene, but I'm kind of happy they left it out. I kind of preferred the cut-up version, which I think they even could have still, blasphemy alert, I think that they could have still even cut off a couple of minutes from the theatrical release. But you have to understand something, and I wish that the people who were so against this movie being even made, no matter what is done with it, this is the book right here, and it's this thick. It's this thick. This thick. I want to show you. Listen to this. That is the sound of the Watchmen graphic novel hitting the ground. It's like in school when you fall asleep and the teacher drops a big exaggerated book on the desk to wake you up. That's what it was. A big dust pile just flew up from that. Okay? No movie is ever going to capture every nuance, every extra thing, every little fan moment that you want. It's just not going to happen. And the director, Zack Snyder, who did 300, which was a huge meatball of gay stuff. I hated it. When I heard he was doing this, I groaned a little bit, but whatever. From what I've heard, I've never read the 300 graphic novel, and I won't because I am straight. The movie 300 was exactly like the graphic novel. So I guess it's like, well, he's faithful to the material at least. But it's a horrible material to be faithful to, but, whatever. But I thought he did an awesome job with Watchmen, and I loved it. And he took out the shit that I would have taken out, and he fixed the ending. The ending of the comic is so dumb. It's like Alan Moore has Japan syndrome. Like you're watching a Japanese movie and it's good and you're into it and everything's going good. And then it just gets all weird and Japanese on you. And not in an artsy kind of, thoughtful, introspective way. Just a weird, goofy, where did they come up with this type thing that kind of just swerves the whole story? Like the big telepathic alien fake squid monster. Yeah, but the movie cut that out, and they made the ending make sense. I loved the movie, I really did. There are some bad points, however. The acting isn't all that great from a lot of the people. Particularly the girl, Silk Spectre, she was not paying attention in acting class. She's kind of like the blank. She seemed more like the damsel in distress than a superhero that can actually go out and handle shit. She wasn't that great, especially when you put her up to the guy who played Rorschach, which was just a crazy, unbelievably good performance. You know, and Dr. Manhattan was nice and foreign and inaccessible and emotionless without being Borg-like, you know, and wooden, which is, it's harder to do, I guess, than people think. Um, and I mean, if you can overlook her, which I mean, to me, that's a small, small price to pay for everything this movie got right. Um, you got a lot of word for word verbatim dialogue from the comic book. I don't know what more this guy could have done to try to make Watchmen fans happy. But as far as I'm concerned, he did an unbelievable job. I mean, uh, right from the beginning of this movie, where they have the Bob Dylan the montage that goes through everything. I mean, that is a masterpiece. That is beautiful. It sets up everything. It tells so much in so little time, which is desperately needed in movies like this. A lot of movies feel that they have to be 3 hours to convey their importance, like the Lord of the Rings nonsense garbage, which I hated all of. But Watchmen should be long, you know. It's one of those stories where it kind of has to. It's a necessity, but you don't mind it so much. It's a long movie, but it could feel a lot longer. You know, I've sat in other films where you're just dying to get up and leave. I mean, it's 3, 5, 9 hours long, and it's slow motion nonsense. This is not that. It's excellent. I would recommend it to anyone. And also, let's talk about Blue Penis. It's really old. Oh, it's 2.5 hours, a big blue cock. Yeah, look, if you read the novel, the guy walks around naked. Sorry. I mean, to make up for it, the director has a rated R sex scene between two of the heroes. Where are you going to see that? In Fantastic Four, Reed Richards doesn't bend Invisible Woman over and tear her top off, and you get a full... That doesn't happen in superhero movies. So as far as I'm concerned, them showing boobs of one of the major characters in this movie, as silly and, immature as that is, more than makes up for a little bit of CGI schlong, you know, whatever. It's in the comic, you should expect it. You know what you're getting into, you know? And if... It would just be another thing to complain about if they covered it up, you know. Oh, he's not being faithful to the book. Yeah, I really can't say much better about this. I mean, it's if I had a rating system, I'd give it a 17. It's really good. It's incredibly done. It's faithful to the comic, and it cuts out the garbage that, sorry, I don't think is necessary. The squid is a fine thing to get rid of, in my humble opinion, and no one wants to sit and watch somebody read a comic book. I mean, these people are trying to make money off their movie. You know, if they had put in all the Black Freighter stuff, if they had put in all the under the hood stuff, it would have been boring, even if you loved it. No one's going to sit in the movie theater for 3.5 hours. It just doesn't happen. You know, Hollywood's not going to put that kind of money into it because they're not going to get it back. This is the perfect compromise. It's excellent. It's got so much of what makes the book great in it, and it fixes the book's problems. That's my review. Awesome. Awesome. Down with the squid. I said it. You know, sorry.